Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell-Hodson. Hopefully you're familiar with the Citizens Police Academy. We're going to tell you more about how you can enroll in this fantastic class with our good friend, Community Relations Officer, John Davis. Hi, John.
Hi, Maureen. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great, and it's amazing. This is what, your 27th class for this program, right?
This is class number 27. We're getting ready to begin, yes.
Which is unbelievable. So it's been going on for what, about 13 years? Something close to that?
Just over, yeah. About 13 and a half years. We're going into year 14.
And so we have how many graduates out there?
I've never sat down and counted all of them, but I'd say there's probably an average of 25 people per class. So we're saying we've easily put 500 people through the class, through the program.
People love this program.
I have not heard anyone come back and say they regretted coming to the class.
Yeah.
It's been a big hit. It's always very popular. Everyone talks about it, talks about how they want to get their friends to come. So there's never any negative feedback. I think it's the best program we have to offer, because we not only get to meet them, but they get to meet the different officers, and they really get a feel for what our police department's about, how we do things, why we do things.
And they really spend some dedicated time to do that. This is not something where you just come in and out, but it's a 12-week course.
Yes,
right?
This is 12 weeks, one night a week on Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 9:30. Now sometimes that fluctuates a little bit, given whatever the topic might be, because a lot of times there's topics that raise a lot of questions. We might run a little over, but we really give them a complete, we kind of open up the doors and open up the books and show everyone exactly what it is we do and why we do it. And this day and age, it's more important now than ever for the public to have a good understanding as to what we do and how we do it and why we do it. But we also need to understand what the public expects from us.
Right.
And that's the beauty of this program, because if we can get these people out there with a good understanding and eliminate a lot of the myths and the rumors and the things that the media creates, and when I say the media, I'm including entertainment as well. There's so many people that have a skewed look at what we actually do.
It's not like you see on TV.
It is not what you see on TV, and I hear that every week, every topic. People are amazed at what it really is like. And that's really the value of this program. But they get to see the values of our police department. They get to see the type of people we have, which we're very proud of.
Right.
And that's the beauty of the program, is they get to come out and actually find out what their police department's about. Because every police department's different. Every police department has their own personality, and it's geared towards what the public expects from them.
And I would imagine every program is different too. So if you attended maybe a Citizens Academy in some other community, this one might be different from that.
It would be absolutely different. Because again, there's different things that are important to different communities. I mean, everybody wants to have a safe community, but there are different quality of life issues. There are different issues based on demographics, just based on the geographics of the area, that create other problems. So every police department has kind of the core problems that everyone has, but then every community has kind of their own unique makeup of what they're looking for and what's important to them.
And you really do get a front row seat about how things operate with the Centerville Police Department. Registration is underway now, and the first class starts September 2nd, and it goes through November 18th. So you are asking for a commitment from people who sign up. We
are asking that you make a commitment. We understand that you might miss a class here. We're asking if you're going to miss, if you know you're going to miss 3 or 4 classes, we would just ask you that you sign up for the next class, to where we've got that spot, because we really want people.
People want that spot.
We want people to come away from it with a good look, and oftentimes we'll have someone come back and say, well, I missed this class, can I come to the next one? And we're usually able to accommodate that. However, after a while, that next class in the next session, you got 40 or 50 people in there wanting to see it. So we do ask people to make that commitment. We make it well worth your while. The price is right.
Review that registration fee for us.
We're doubling the fee this year to free. We get a lot out of this, and we really enjoy it.
And the people do too. I mean, the people in the class, because they really form a lot of friendships and really enjoy being together learning.
Right. This Citizens Police Academy has turned into a very successful alumni association, and they're able to continue their education in a lot of different fields, not just law enforcement. And they continue to help the police department with volunteering at our different events, things of that nature.
If you've been out and about and see them with their red shirts on, and it says Citizens Police Academy alumni, but they are very helpful, like Festival.
They're very proud of their red shirt status. If you've been to Americana, you've seen them. If you've been to our open house, you've seen them. These large events that we put on, we could not accomplish it without those volunteers, and the Citizens Police Academy is a great place to bring those volunteers in. Now, we're not saying you have to do that.
Right.
But most people, after they've been through the class and they see what we're about, they want to continue that. So it works out really well.
And all of the classes are taught by Centerville police officers, right?
With the exception of some specialty
Okay.
areas, we have members of the Kettering Municipal Court that come in. Judge Long comes in and talks about the court and their process. We have some people from the juvenile court that come in and speak. Victim witness and services comes in and speaks. So there are people that are in supportive roles of the police department that is important for people to understand how that works. So we do bring in some other, but the bulk of the class is taught by Centerville police officers.
And just give us a rundown of some of those topics that are covered.
Oh, the first 4 weeks we're going to cover the history of the Centerville Police Department and our hiring process. Then we're going to go into laws of arrest, search, and seizure, which is always a very interesting class. A lot of people come away shaking their heads because they think it's what they see on TV. We're going to go over our use of force and the ways that we make those decisions. And then we also have firearms night. Now, that's the first 4 weeks. And then we start, after that first 4 weeks, then we have them start submitting their ride dates. So then they will be submitting dates and times that they can come out and ride with the Centerville police officer for an 8-hour shift.
Which you just can't sign up to do. I mean, you have to be a part of this program.
Yes, that's part of the program. So not just anyone can come in off the street and go jump on a cruiser and take off with one of our officers. But they get to do that after that 4th week. And then we'll go through everything from criminal investigations to crime scene investigation, drug investigations. We talk about professional standards. Internal affairs is what most people see on TV. But all these different topics, domestic violence, crash investigation, anything you can think of as to what we do, we're going to do our best to make sure that you have at least an understanding as to how we arrive at some of the things we do. Because again, so much of the tension that is created a lot of times that you've seen across the country is just not understanding, not knowing. So it's very important that we have a group of people out there that do understand that. And we build those relationships before a crisis, because if you try to build it during a crisis, it's too late.
And all of those folks get a lot of interaction with not only you, but the rest of the police department as well.
Yeah, we do our best to have a different instructor every week. Now that doesn't always work out that way. They end up stuck with me every week, which is,
which they love, we know.
Some people would like, some people don't. But we try to keep it within individual officers' kind of expertise. These are things that they excel on. These are specialty positions that they have within the department. Obviously, the canine handler he does his own thing. It wouldn't do very good for me to bring Bobo in. He wouldn't listen to me, and I wouldn't know what to do with him anyway. So we try to bring in someone different every week. And then when they do their ride-alongs, they're seeing officers on the street. They're seeing
in
before.
Action, right?
Yeah, and the good thing about that is they see the officers at the beginning of the shift at roll call. They see the officers at the end of the shift at roll call. So they're really getting a good look at the entire department from beginning to end throughout the day, because we all see each other either coming or going each day. So they really get a feel for what we're about.
How can people register? Because there is a limited class size, so you want to register as soon as you can.
Yes, we are. I think I'm up to about 18 in the
so
current
you're getting
class.
Close to being full.
27 is where we cut it off. If we make the class too big, we don't really get that one-on-one time. We have a hard time on some of the nights where we do hands-on things. So we really want to try to limit that so that we can really get the best out of everyone, and everyone gets more out of it from us.
So people can stop in the police department?
They can stop in the police department, or they can email me at my email address, which I think you guys have put up there. Or you can give me a call, and I can email you the application. Once I have the application in hand, we'll send out information as to whether or not we've been able to accept you, because if I get 30 or 40 applications, then I have to start going by first come, first serve, and we have to start looking at things. So, but we'd love to have you. I think it's a fantastic program and a great opportunity.
And if there's one thing that you do to learn more about your community, this might be the class to be
I think
part
this
of.
probably, yes. When you talk about someone representing the city of Centerville on a daily basis out there amongst the city, we're probably the most visible.
Absolutely. So again, you can contact John. His email address will be on the screen. You can always call the city at 433-7151 for more information. But let's talk about kind of a fun topic, the event anyway, the Kalaman Golf Outing, which is coming up here next month as well.
Yes.
This is the
18th
18th annual.
18th annual John Kalaman Memorial Golf Tournament.
So give us an idea. I think people have heard of John P. Kalaman's name. They've probably driven on Kalaman Drive.
Kalaman Way, yes.
Kalaman Way. But maybe refresh our memories about who John was and is today.
Well, I'll start off with John was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
We hired in within months of each other here at the police department. On January 12th, 1998, he was struck and killed while investigating an accident on 675, along with firefighter Robert O'Toole. From that, the fire department had an outpouring from their end. We had a big outpouring on our end from the police department, so we decided we wanted to establish a scholarship fund in John's name to continue on the good work that he was doing. So from that, we were able to, the single fundraiser that we have for the scholarship is the golf tournament that we started 18 years ago, which is hard to imagine. But I remember sitting in the first meeting talking to ourselves about what we wanted to do and the goal we had set for ourselves. And that first meeting that we had, we said, we want to have a fun golf tournament. We want people to say, this is the, if I play in one tournament a year, this is the tournament I want to play in. And we wanted people to have a good time. We wanted to get that return. We wanted people to come back every year.
Right.
And we set a goal for $5,000 that first year, and I think we raised about $25,000 the first year.
That's incredible.
And it hasn't slowed down since. We have fantastic support. We see a lot of the same people every year with a mix of some new people, but the sponsors, the golfers, the volunteers, our officers and their families take time off from their jobs to come out and volunteer to make it work, because it's a huge undertaking. We have anywhere from 130 to 150 golfers out there. So it's a big event. But we've raised, I don't know the exact number of what we've raised, but I know we have paid out almost $250,000.
Isn't that incredible?
In scholarships
and
to
the
local
Kalamans
students.
are to be commended too for their good work on that.
Yes, John and Paula Kalaman are part of the committee. They're every year. They love it. They show up. They track what the recipients are doing. I get updates on last year's recipients doing.
I know they do keep in touch with all of their recipients.
Nick Pavliga, he's hired by the FBI, so we get to kind of see. And what's really been the neat thing is we've seen the progression of these recipients and what they've done, and they're being very successful, and it's rewarding. It's been a great thing.
For registration for that, because all of the proceeds from this outing, so you've achieved your goal in that you have a great time, it's lots of fun, but you're also contributing toward the scholarship fund. What's the best way? The city website?
You could probably go to the city website, or you can contact Yankee Trace. I know they have that information.
YankeeTrace.org.
Yes, they have information at the course. And we also have literature at the police department and also over at the city building as well, and at the golf course. Okay,
but it is Monday, September 14th, so you're going to need to get registered.
Yes. If you've never played in the tournament before, you definitely want to get going pretty quickly, because if we have your address, we've already sent you the registration for this year.
So registration is out and available.
Yes, it is out and available right now, and it usually fills up pretty quickly.
And it really is amazing when you take that tragic accident and see over the course of 18 years all the good that has come from that, all of the kids who have been educated and, as you say, now going on to fabulous careers.
Absolutely. We've got psychologists, we've got FBI agents, we've got teachers, you name it. They're out there. They're all
contributing to good
great
work to society.
And we like to think that we had a small part of that.
Well, it's terrific. Again, it's the John P. Kalaman Memorial Golf Tournament. It is on Monday, September 14th. You can go to YankeeTrace.org for more registration information about that. And then we just have a few seconds. 15 seconds, John. Tell us why people should be careful and make sure that they're locking up their items at home and in the car.
Make sure you lock your car doors. Take your valuables in with you. Eliminate that opportunity for somebody to make you the victim of a crime. If you lock that car door and you don't leave anything in there that they want, they're going to move on to the next car.
Yeah, don't let yourself be the victim, I guess.
Yeah, don't make it easy for them. I mean, it's just that simple.
And absolutely, if you see something that's unusual, if you see something out of the norm, call the police department.
Please. If your first inclination is to call the police department, you should be calling the police department. Let us come out and figure it out.
You don't need to wait in conference with people. We'll see you next time.